Hi, this is Griffin with Mega Prima Home Furniture, and today we're going to be building the Better Homes and Gardens Cube Storage Office Desk. This is the white finish, and this product can only be found on Walmart.com. Before you start, you want to make sure that none of your panels have any damage and that you have all of your hardware. If you have any issues, you can contact the number on the front of the manual and we'll get you taken care of. If everything is in order, then we can begin assembly. For step 1, we need our B, C, and F panels, 12 wooden dowel pieces, and 4 cam bolts. We can start by screwing in a cam bolt into the middle of our B panel. We're then going to insert 4 wooden dowels into the B panel, and these are going to go 2 on each of these shorter ends. And we want to make sure that we insert the wood dowels into the pre-drilled holes that are the most narrow. So you'll see that there's a pre-drilled hole here that lines up with the cam lock hole. We want to make sure that we're inside of that, or more narrow than that. And then we'll do that same thing on this other side. There'll be a cam lock hole and a pre-drilled hole right here. We want to go inside of that. We do not want to insert it into the hole that lines up here. So as you can see, those wood dowels are more narrow than the cam locks. Do 2 more on this side. Okay, so that's the B panel. Next, for the C panel, again, we're going to screw 1 cam bolt into this middle pre-drilled hole. We're then going to insert 4 more wooden dowel pieces, again making sure that we're more narrow than the cam lock holes. Okay, we're now going to flip the C panel over. And here we'll notice that there are 2 pre-drilled holes right here, and we're going to screw in 2 more of our cam bolts into those 2 smaller Okay, and so that is our C panel. Next, for the F panel, we're simply going to insert the remaining wooden dowel pieces, and these are going to go on the longer edge of the F panel on the outer 4 pre-drilled holes. Okay, for step 2, we're going to have our same panels here, B, F, and C. Then we're going to grab 2 of our cam locks. On the cam lock, you'll notice a little arrow, maybe a little plus and minus. We want those pointed out towards the B and C panel. So over here, I want that arrow pointed out this way towards the B. And then here, I want that arrow pointed out towards the C. Okay, next, I'm going to notice on this B panel that I have a sticker right here, and then the cam bolt sticking up in the middle, C panel, cam bolt sticking up in the middle, and then I want these 2 cam locks right here, over here on this side, along with the sticker. I'm then going to stand the B panel up like so, stand the F panel up so that those cam locks are facing that way, and just push those together and tighten by turning clockwise. Next, I'm going to bring up this C panel, slide it on there, and then turn clockwise to tighten. So it should look like this, with your cam locks of the F panel facing down this way. Then we have our sticker of the B panel right here, and then these 2 cam locks on the top facing outwards. Okay, for step 3, we're going to grab 4 of our cam bolts and 4 of our floor pads here. We're going to screw in the 4 cam bolts into these outer 4 pre-drilled holes. They're also the smaller. Okay, once you have those 4 cam bolts secure, you can then flip the E panel over And then we're gonna just peel back the sticker here and place a floor protector in each of the 4 corners. Okay, for step 4, we're gonna keep our E panel and bring back our B, F, and C assembly here. We're going to align it so that these 4 wooden dowel pieces are facing towards this E panel. We're then going to need 4 of our long cam locks and 4 of our caps. To start, we can insert our 4 cam locks. You'll notice that there will be a little arrow or a pointy crosshair with a plus and minus. We want that facing out in the same direction these wooden dowels are facing out towards the E panel. So we're going to insert those 2 into the B and 2 into the C along this edge. Okay, we're then going to grab our E panel and we want to align it up and simply attach it to the rest of the assembly here. Okay, once you have that flush, you can then take your screwdriver and tighten down those 4 cam locks by turning clockwise. And then once you have those 4 secure, you can cover them up with our 4 caps. They just snap right on there. Okay, for step 5, we need our D and our G panel, 2 floor protectors, 4 wooden dowels, and 2 cam bolts. To start, we're going to insert 1 wooden dowel into each end of the G panel into that middle pre-drilled hole. Okay, once you do that, you're done with the G panel. Next, we're going to screw in 2 of our cam bolts into the D panel, into these 2 pre-drilled holes. Then we can insert 2 more of our wooden dowels into the D panel. Again, you'll notice that there's cam lock holes here with their respective pre-drilled holes on the side. We want to insert them into the 2 narrower pre-drilled holes. So it should look like that with your cam locks and your cam bolts, and then your wooden dowel pieces more narrow than those. Then we could spin this D panel around, and on this edge right here, we want to place 2 floor protectors. Okay, for step 6, we need our D and G panel, 2 of our caps, and 2 of our cam locks. We can go ahead and insert the cam locks into the G panel. We want to align this G panel so that once we insert it onto the D panel with these cam locks facing outwards, we have this finished edge facing down that way and the unfinished edge facing up this way to align with this unfinished edge as well. So it's going to go like that. So I'm going to insert them in to this side, and I want that plus and minus facing towards me, or towards the outer edge of the panel. So I'm going to grab my G panel. I want my cam locks facing away, finished edge facing down towards the rest of this D panel. Slide it on there, tighten by turning clockwise, and then cover with your 2 caps. So then this side will look like so, with unfinished edges. Okay, for step 7, we're going to grab 2 more of our cam locks and 2 more of our caps. We're going to bring out this other assembly here that we made previously, and then our D and G assembly here as well. We want to set it up so that this unfinished edge is over here. Then we want to line it up with that C panel there. We're going to insert our 2 cam locks so that that plus and minus in that arrow is facing out towards this assembly right here. Then we can attach the G panel just like that. Turn clockwise to tighten, and then simply cover with your 2 caps. Okay, for step 8, we're going to grab our A panel, our 6 cam bolts, and our little cord organizer here. We want to position the A panel so that all these pre-drilled holes are facing up, and we're going to insert the cam bolts into these 6 outer pre-drilled holes. Okay, for step 9, we're going to grab our other assembly here, and then our A panel is back here. We're going to grab our 6 longer cam locks, and we're going to make sure that the little crosshair there and the plus and minus on all of these is facing up. And so we're going to insert 4 over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 over here, again, plus and minus facing up. Okay, once you have all of the cam locks into this assembly here, we can then attach the A panel. You want to align these 4 cam bolts with this square right here. So you just attach the A panel like so, line everything up. Okay, then you can go ahead and tighten down all of those cam locks by turning clockwise, and then cover them up with your 6 caps. Okay, once you've put all those caps on there, your last step is just to put this little cable organizer into the hole right there, and you should be good to go. And once again, this is called the Better Homes and Gardens Cube Storage Office Desk. And if you have any problems with your unit, please give our number on the front of the manual a call and we'll get you taken care of. But now you have a complete unit.